quorum, let's start, huh? You feel that Elizabeth is gonna show up?
Yes.
So, anyway, let's call the November 15th TV Scott Free Library Board of Trustees to order, meeting to order. Do you have any correspondence you'd like to share with us?
Not at this time.
And your pleasure on, public comment? No, we're okay there. Minutes, your pleasure on the minutes of October 18th meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes as printed. Any discussion? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? They are approved. Your pleasure on the monthly revenue and expense report for October.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the monthly expense and revenue report for October. Any discussion on that? Seems like we're running close to budget.
6 weeks left.
Yep. Yep. Any comments? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? They are approved. Your pleasure on this monthly statistical report. Like I said, you see things like 128% increase. That's kind of good.
Yep.
Motion to approve that one.
Make a motion. Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the monthly statistical report for October. All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It is approved. And a review of the library, there are trustee bylaws. There's no suggested adjustments. I'll entertain a motion to approve the
review.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded to reapprove or review our bylaws as printed from a hold from some time ago. Anyway, any discussion? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? They are approved. Well, we're moving right along. Purge of dormant accounts with fees over $5. Now, these have been accumulating for quite some time.
Yes, some of them have been sitting there. Yeah.
I mean, but it says 95, why, that's quite some time.
And all of these have gone through city attorney, and we're not seeing anything. There is one in particular on here that has a rather large balance. Just they slipped through impersonating as someone else, so when we went to collect, we found out the person checking them out was not the person. We'll never see that, so. And they've tried numerous things, trying to locate individuals through the city attorney's office. So at this point, what WVLS does, we go through a standard, an annual purge of patrons that have fines up to $5. It's like every few years that they go through that purge. We just went through one, and then that is why this report came to me and said these are above $5, and so it now needs to be approved by your board to be removed if you so choose. We can choose to keep them. They will just sit there, but the likelihood of us claiming them, I think in the 6 years I've been here, Kevin claimed one real old one, but that was it, and it was a small amount, so.
Well, are we actively doing something with this? Do we send them letters every month and telephone calls every other month and that type of stuff? No.
No. I mean, they are on record through this. I mean, there is a lien or whatever they call that is against them.
With
I mean,
the
there's a
city.
citation out there.
With the city.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
city. So there's
And
a citation on record.
And they're not checking out books
No.
at this time?
No, they have not.
So you would like us to make a motion that you could just,
That we purge these patrons, which will eliminate the fines. I mean,
So if you purge them
Yeah.
and they come back and want a new card, is there any way to track that?
we will No, there is not. And the likelihood of that happening, I don't know. Yeah, I can't.
It'll happen if something changes, I mean, probably to the positive with the patrons,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, there is no, there would be no way.
You can't keep a naughty list on the side
Yeah,
somewhere.
I know.
It's too bad, right?
Yeah.
No books for you.
I'll make a motion to purge the dormant accounts and remove those users from the system.
Because we're not charging anything now, right?
No. Yeah, you're not.
But if they don't bring back $100 something or other, there is action taken.
Yes,
The city ordinance is theft of library materials.
right,
And
right.
it's a fine for the action and then the cost of the material to add it up.
Mhm.
So, I mean,
We're purging them if we would get the money back through the city, they would still have record.
I'll second the motion.
All right.
but, understand that people can't come in and get something and walk off with it without doing something about, granted, we're not charging fines and we're purging it, but there's still a mechanism or a procedure that encourages people to bring stuff back.
Oh, yeah, because if it doesn't come back, we charge them for it. That's correct.
But those avenues have been exhausted.
For these people,
Yeah.
yeah.
Get back to
They've gone all the way to
2006.
city attorney and
So one in there.
cited.
Any other discussion? All in favor of purging these, how many accounts, well, quite a few accounts, worth $10,000 from the system, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? There you go. Youth Services Endowment Fund request. And it's something we've been doing. So
Yes,
it's not-
yeah, yep,
it's
and
not
we are, what has happened is, we were funded by the endowment fund, and now we're getting to the point where that amount is diminished. So the request is that we have an extension of the funding not to exceed $1,000 per year to be replenished annually on or about January 15th, so. And this helps pay for the materials that we use, the books, things of that nature, that for the Little Bluebirds program. And it's very popular, brings the infants in and gets them reading with their moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and guardians and so forth, so.
I'll make the motion.
For the, not to exceed 1,000?
Per year, yeah, and,
I mean,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
motion to not to exceed 1,000. And I got a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second to grant the fund, to support this Bluebirds program to not to exceed 1,000 for the coming year. Any other discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So that's approved. MSR Design Youth Services Renovation Update.
They are working on the schematic drawings. They hope to have those they were hoping to have them done before today, they did not. But they are close. Once those, again, as I mentioned, once they are received, we will reach out to the contractor for an estimate. So by the end of the week. Any questions? We just know that after having those larger groups of kids from the Early Learning Center here, we realized that a larger room would be very nice. So, and because we would like to be able to offer that more and more for the schools in the community, so.
Okay. And our long-range plan.
As of today, we had 124 surveys completed. I saw one being dropped in the box as I was coming down here, so that makes it 125. That is well above what I was expecting, so I'm excited about that. Today was the deadline, so now we will start putting together the data, and then I will be working with Erica from the Wisconsin Valley Library Service and Art Flourish as we prepare a report for the board for January.
And the church, I know they're using dumpsters.
Oh,
I have an
yeah.
update on that.
Yeah, I figured you'd have that.
My email to Sherry was, because I'll be asked tomorrow what's happening with the brick church. On October 26th, Chief Bennett informed Darren Poggle that 3 semi-loads of window display cases were being delivered. The owner, Brian Lee, wants to display and sell Chinese artifacts. Darren went to visit in person on October 26th and spoke with the project manager that was on site and stopped all actions. The property would need to be rezoned to business for this type of use. He did cease all operations and or alterations until all the approvals are made. And as of today, which would have been yesterday, they have not received any paperwork from the owner, Brian Lee, to have the property rezoned.
Now,
One more time.
yeah, the stopping,
What- what is he
the
want us
He wants to
stopping all
dis-
action.
display and sell Chinese artifacts.
Yeah,
In narrow Wisconsin.
This could be part of Chinatown.
yeah, but everything is on hold.
Mhm, right.
Yeah, he was told to stop operating there. And
You
maybe
can't,
that's happening.
you can't. It's
Yeah,
gotta follow the proper channel.
Yep.
right.
And they've had issues following the proper channels for the last number of years. This is not just a
No.
this time thing either.
No.
So,
Interesting. Hey, thank you. Our strategic plan, our goal number 5, maintain a capital plan. I think you got that, you will take it care of. Any questions or discussion on that?
keeps rolling.
And Wisconsin trustee, tell us the role of the director. I think we've got a pretty good working relationship here.
Okay,
Anybody got any
Any
comments or
questions?
questions?
okay.
And your report, please.
All right, so as Ryan's already mentioned, we had the story time for early childhood. It was so fun to watch these kids come in. They were so excited. And they did such a phenomenal job. It was unbelievable. And you could tell, and they were under control. I mean, they were great. So I love it. Love the activity. And like I mentioned in my report, our youth services calendar is full. They are busy. They're a busy bunch. So, story time for adults. We got that going on. That has been quite successful. We had 2 organizations, and now we are up to 3. Excited about that. Cover to cover, we have our staff member Faith Martinson. She's doing such a phenomenal job. She took that over when Sarah Maris had left, and she's done a great job, and I've heard a lot of good things from the people attending the book club. So, the Friends of the Library were extremely excited about their book sale. The amount of money they made was phenomenal. It's twice what they have made in the last several years, so they were pretty excited about that. They will continue to do a sale in fall and spring. They used to do a summer one, but they said they used to do that kind of in conjunction with the Crazy Days, which no longer takes place. So they're going to stick with the spring and fall sales. So, as I mentioned in my report, if you haven't looked already, the mural is in the process of being painted. He was working hard at that this last weekend, and he will be back on Saturday to complete it. So we're excited to see it when it's done. So we'll add something to our entryway. So the advertising, we just started. We're doing some PR blitz on donations for the library. And we will be doing some posts on our social media. We have slides going on here, and it'll be on our website for donations to the endowment fund, either through paper as we as we've had in the past, but also through that the PayPal portal that we have now set up. So far we have only had one. But we also haven't done any PR work, so we figure with the year end, with people doing giving at the end of the year, that we're hoping to see that change. Community survey, deadline's tomorrow, or actually the deadline is today, so I already mentioned that. Staff Development Day, that was awesome. I've also put that out on Facebook. We are now considered a dementia-friendly library. So we have, we went through training with the ADRC. They are certified trainers, and we went through some scenarios with them, and staff got to experience that and talked about a lot of great things and how we can work with our community members that are experiencing dementia. With that in mind, we hope to be able to carry some of that out into the community, and we are in the process of putting together hopefully a memory cafe. It is something that several libraries in the state of Wisconsin already do, and we will be working closely with them and the ADRC as we work to develop one here for us here at the T.D. Scott Free Library. It is something where individuals that are experiencing some form of memory loss along with their caregiver can come to the library. There are a lot of times there are intentional activities put together. There's also some passive programming that goes with that as well. It gives them an opportunity to get out and be with other individuals. So, and in a setting such as a library. Questions about that? We are also going to be focusing on the senior population, and we're in the process of adding what we call the Stepping On to our adult programming series. It's a workshop to help individuals prevent falls and things of that nature. So that will be also taking place. The Wisconsin Valley Library, the Wisconsin Library Association Conference, the three of us attended. And as I mentioned, I was going to have Maria and Andrea both speak a little bit about that. They both received scholarships through Wisconsin Valley Library Service, which helped defray the cost for their attendance. So, Andrea, Maria, anything you'd like to share?
Whatever. So it was my first time attending. It was a lot of fun. I got to see a lot of people who I already knew prior to my experience in Antigo, so that was awesome. My favorite session, I had a few, but my favorite session that I attended was mental health in libraries, and they had a social worker who works with librarians all over the U.S. come in and give a talk on how to better take care of ourselves when we're dealing with the public and how to better turn it off when we're going home at night. And I walked away thinking, oh, I'm not alone, thank God. This social worker is from, where did she say, Venice, Florida? Is that what she told us? We had a chance to have breakfast with her actually the morning that we were leaving. And she is coming up with a pilot program for public libraries to better assist in handling their mental health on an individual basis as well as a staff basis. And I did contact her and ask her to put us on the list for her pilot program. So I believe that's starting sometime in January or early February. So it was all around, it was fabulous. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed going. Your turn.
My turn. I guess I'll echo that. This too was my first time attending, and it was great. It was a lot of fun. I was able to put a lot of faces to names because there's a lot of names out there in our library system and people from different libraries that I maybe have talked to or communicated with through email, so it was nice to have that face-to-face so I could just say hello and introduce myself. And I think my favorite session was I got to learn more about a resource that is out there for teachers, librarians, homeschool parents especially. It's called Book Connections and or Teaching Books. It's the same thing, which is odd. They're putting it to where they're going to merge it so that you go through one portal to get to them. And really the only thing is the language that they use when they're referring to the teachers, they refer to students, and when they're referring to, with librarians, they refer to people as readers. So you have students and readers. So it's just the verbiage that's a little bit different. But the resources they have are just amazing. And I've gone in there and looked, but I didn't realize everything they had. One thing that I can do now is I can create a report analysis from them. I create a list of a collection, all the books in my collection, and they will create a whole report for me in that collection. Whether it's the level of the readers, the genre, cultural representation, lack of representation, it's all there. And then if you need to build your collection in a certain area, you can just click on that area and it brings up this nice list of books. And you can look through them and then create your own list. So as far as a tool for collection development, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. I'm just so excited to do this now. And then they have a fun thing I thought I could use with some of the older kids, maybe middle school and high school kids, because everybody has their phone, they're all into their technology and everything. And I can go on there and I can create a list of books and share that, and they will create a QR code for me. So I can just print a bookmark with this QR code and give it to these kids, and they can just grab it on their phone and it brings it all up. And another thing they specialize in is author talks. So all of these famous authors for all these books, Diary of a Wimpy Kid and all the things that these kids love, they get these authors to book talk their books. So I can grab those book talks and I can also share that using a QR code, and I can create that for the kids, and I can have a piece of paper with the QR code and a picture of the book, and they can just grab their phones and get that, and hey, there's a book talk. And the book talks are great. They're a lot of fun to listen to. So when you sometimes have those kids who, they hear the teachers, they hear the librarians, okay, but when they hear that book talk from that author and they make that book like exciting for the kids to want to read, that sometimes is the game changer for them. And then getting the word out to teachers and even like the homeschoolers and stuff, moms and dads, that resource is there, and there's just a lot there that could be very useful, very helpful. So.
And my question is,
What's that?
how much does it cost?
It's free. Oh yeah, it's free. It's free. It's you access it through BadgerLink. It's accessed through BadgerLink. So anyone in Wisconsin, you access it for free.
Your tax dollars pay
Your
for
tax
it.
dollars are paying for that.
So
Yes.
Use it.
So yes, it's free. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, it's all these nice things, and then, sometimes they come with a dollar sign.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
come with a
But
monthly
this is-
subscription or something like that. But no, this is free. So even better.
Thanks for your reports.
Yeah. And then, of course, they are still going through the Northern Wisconsin ILS Consortium exploration. We have monthly meetings, and they just are ongoing. They're looking at vendors, and that continues to go forth. So I provided you with that map so you had an idea of what our new library system would look like. So we are now currently just the Wisconsin Valley Library Service, and then if we combine, it'll be those two sections. So.
Pretty big area.
It is a big area, and I know there were a lot of concerns.
I just to say, what does that do to interlibrary loaning? I mean, are we doing that already with that piece, that far away?
To some extent, we
Okay.
already are doing some of that, yes. Yeah. The courier services are set up to do that.
Anything else that you bring before our meeting today? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks, everybody, for coming.